Guys, boy, do I have a story to tell you. So, a couple days ago, I was on my bike and I stopped by a nearby park. And my friend asked if he wanted to hang out. So I'm like, sure, yeah. And I waited for a while and I left because he wasn't there. So, on my way home, I crashed my bike and hurt my knee and sprang my chain out of loose. I went over to Wilson. That's when I got a text from him. And he said, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm at Wilson." And he's like, "Do you just want to meet up there? Because I'm like 5 blocks away, or 6 blocks away, or something." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was on my bike, and I didn't want to just, stand there and look stupid, just like. No, so there was a track, a 1 mile track, and so I went in there and I started riding. About 15 minutes in, I see this guy, like right over there. Like, here's the entrance to it, and he was like on the outer gate, and where all the students like come into the track and run it. And this was in a school, by the way. But I see this guy, and he's wearing a white shirt, jeans, an electric scooter, like a big bulky one, and he had sunglasses. He smelled funny. He smelled weird. Like it didn't smell like weed per se, but it smelled like a mixture between heroin and alcohol. So I see this guy, and he's looking at me, and he's like whistling. I think he was whistling at me, which he looked like 30 or 40, maybe. But I see him, and he's just like, when I went over do another track, and he just like came onto the track, and he just says to me, like a kid basically, with an adult, he says, hey buddy. And I'm like, no. And I kept driving my bike. The weird thing is, when I did that, he started to follow me. You know what I mean? He started to go, and he kept on saying, hey buddy. And keep in mind, I had crashed my bike recently, and I wasn't in that great of a mood, and I didn't like this guy. He was sketchy as hell, and he was creepy too. But he started to follow me, and he was like, hey buddy. So I turned to him, and I snapped to him. I was like, what? And then he's like, is your name Jeremy? No? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And so he kept following me after I said, after he said that. And then halfway from that mile, he asked me, what's your name? What's my name? And I said, I'm not comfortable to give you that information. And he said it again. When we were on the other half of the track. And he said, what's your name? Or no, he said, is your name Jeremy? I'm like, no, my name's not Jeremy. And he says, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sorry. And he said, you look like someone I know. I'm like, okay. So we got to the front of the track, and he says the most creepiest, cryptic crap on Earth. He says, sorry it didn't work out. Work out? What? Work out? What do you mean, work out? What, you gonna kidnap me or something? I have a knife on me, bro. Don't test me. So after that ordeal, he goes off somewhere. But then he comes back. Thankfully, he wasn't on the track. But he comes back and he's just like, hey, I'll see you later, buddy. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Weirdo. And, oh god, the last thing he said to me was, you look like Skrillex. Have a good one. What? He says, you look like Skrillex. What? Okay. I was shaking at that point. I was texting my friends just like, where are you? Please come quickly. Please. Because I was shaking through the ordeal, and I didn't like it. That guy made me uncomfortable. Oh, God. And I hope I never meet anybody else like that. And that was in Wyandotte. But, yeah. So that's my story. Check out my other weird videos that I have over here. That's just a wall, but, you know. That's a subscriber. Whoa. Welcome. We have open arms for you. Come here. We have cookies. But, that's my story. Make sure to subscribe and to hear more weird stories like this. And, yeah. Like this video, share it if you'd like. Sorry, my hair. And, subscribe. Bye!